Hey everybody, my name is Ryan and I just wanted to show you some of the really cool features found in Agent CRM. The first thing is just the Contacts tab. If you click on Contacts again, all of your contacts are going to show up right here. So this is where they'll show up. So I have this little fake contact. You can click on it. And the really cool thing is your whole conversation with them, every email that you send them, every text message that you send them is going to show up right here. And you can scroll through it. You can see how things are going. You can click this button to send an email. You can click this one to send out a text message. And all of that will be just found right here in this Conversations tab. The other thing about this is if you have survey questions, if you're asking, more questions than just your basic, contact questions, those will show up right here. So, like I have these basic survey questions in there. They'll show up like this. Let me just answer that real quick. This is how it would look for somebody answered your questions. They'll show up here on the additional info tab. You can add notes about the person. Maybe you have a really good conversation with them. You wanted to jot a note down. You can schedule an appointment with them, which is really cool directly here. If they don't schedule in themselves, obviously they have the opportunity to do that. But you can do all of that right here, which is really, really cool. Just all within this little contacts tab part. Another thing that you can do with Agent CRM is you can send out what we call, a marketing sequence. And so in the marketing sequence, I'll just start from scratch. If you wanted to create a campaign, just click that button and I will call this testing campaign. All right. So we've got the campaign created. First thing you would need to do is add your user. So I made a user called test employee and I just made up an email to use for this. So add your email that you're sending from and your name. You can, if you don't want somebody to get the same sequence multiple times, I would uncheck that box. And then this one will actually, if they reply to your email, it'll stop the sequence. So I usually just turn that one off. Click save. So we've got that. And now what we do is we just start sending out our campaign here. So you click add event and here's all of the options that we have here. We can send a text message, you can send an email, you can send a voicemail. You can prompt Agent CRM to make you send a manual text message. You can make a manual call, you can make a phone call, Facebook Messenger. I'm mainly just going to focus on these three. I'll show you how to do a call later on in the video. But all you would do is you would just click SMS. You would type out what you want sent, and then you would save it. So, text messages, don't make them very long. You don't want to do that. And then just click save. And you can change the time right here. So obviously after 0 minutes is going to be immediately. Let's say I want to send a text right away. I want to send an email. This is where you type out your subject. You can, this is just a basic email editor here. You do have what's called custom values. And so, you can get their contact first name. You can just say, this is Ryan. Thanks for opting in. I don't know. I'm just typing out an email. And so you can do that. You can, if you're asking for custom values, if you have any of those, you can put it there. And so you can type out your email. Obviously, change your font, change the size. You can bold and italicize, all that kind of stuff. You can add an image right here. You can do all of that here in the email builder. Once you're done, just click save. And so those are going out immediately. So let's say I want to send another email out, 30 minutes later. So just click email. So this is going to be email number 2. Type it out. Click save. All right, but this is where I could change it and I could say 30 minutes after that. So now it's going to go 30 minutes. And the way that Agent CRM works is it looks at the most previous one. So if I wanted an email to go out an hour after this one, or maybe another text message, let's just do another text. Text number 2, click save. So I would just change it to after 1 hour. Whoops. So this gets sent an hour after this. It doesn't, you don't look back at the most previous thing or at the initial offer. So it's going to be 1 hour after this, not 1 hour after adding in. So you can keep going down. You can do a voicemail. So what you would do is you would record a voice memo, and then you could click this and upload it and save it there. So obviously you need to have like a voice memo, and then just click save, and it would be there. And so that's how you build out a campaign. Now, one thing you need to make sure you do is make sure you publish it, and then we're good. So you've got that campaign built. But now, we need to get people to that campaign. And so your account will come with custom triggers built in, but I'm going to show you them. A trigger, if anybody's familiar with Zapier, this kind of eliminates your need of Zapier. But a trigger is just kind of like, it's something that says, if this happens, we want all of this to happen. So there's a lot going on with triggers, but I'm just going to do a trigger, like I said, is an if-then statement. So if this happens, I want all of these things over here to happen. So let's say you have a funnel, and you have a form on your funnel that you want people to fill out. So we'll just say form submitted. I think I have one, already on here. And so we're going to say form submitted, and then I want to go ahead and choose what form. So the form is my landing page form, which we would have already built out. So we've got that there. And then it would say, what I want to happen is I want to add that contact to that campaign that I just set up. So here's all of the actions that you can take. You can add a tag, a task, a campaign. That's the one we're going to choose. You can, send an email or a text message. That's what we do. Send ourselves an email and a text message to notify us that we have a new lead. But this, I would just choose add to campaign, and then you would just select the campaign. So the one I just made is this one, and that's all you've got to do. So then you would just click activate and then click save. Another cool thing is maybe you wanted to tag them, whatever it is. Let's see, where's the tag? Oh, add contact tag. And just type out, maybe this is they're going to be a life insurance. They're on my life insurance funnel. So I'll just call it life insurance lead, click the little plus. And so it's going to tag them as that. So I'll click save there, and you're good to go. So there are a lot of triggers to do. I can't really go through all of them, but that's what this basically gets rid of your need for Zapier, which is really, really cool. Now, one really amazing thing about Agent CRM is you can make a phone call happen between you and a lead right away. So the first thing you would need to do is click create campaign, and I'm just going to call this phone call. Click save. Again, you need to add your user and do all that stuff. I'm not going to do it for the sake of the video, but the event is going to be a call. And so this is going to call you. So Agent CRM is going to call you and say whatever you want it to say. So let's say I was going to just say like this. So it's going to say, Ryan, you have a new lead. Would you like to call them right away? And what happens is if I click any button on my phone, it's going to call them. So I would, send myself a little reminder. Please click any button on your phone to connect with them, or simply hang up and call them. Right? So this is going to call me, it's going to say, hey, Ryan, you have your new lead, click any button. If I click any button, it's going to then call my lead right away. If I hang up, then nothing happens. And then you can, just so you know, you can add this little custom time. And so obviously you don't want phone calls happening in the middle of the night to you. So you can change your start time, change your end time. Maybe I don't want calls on the weekend. You can edit all that there and click save. So you've got that campaign, but we need to get people to this campaign. And so one thing I haven't shown you is the survey builder. So I have these questions here. And so I know that if somebody says yes, maybe to this question, would you like to receive more information on final expense insurance and how you can save money? If somebody says yes to that, that's a really, really hot lead for me. So I'm going to make it to where if somebody says yes to this question, I'm going to call them right away. So the way I'm going to make that happen, I already got the campaign set up, but now I need to set up the trigger. So let me click new basic rule. So I'm going to call it call trigger. Click save. All right, so the trigger, so that was a survey that I showed you. You might have it just on a form if you want, but I'm going to choose survey, and then I'm going to define it even more. So the first thing is I have to choose that question. Would you like to receive more information? And if they say yes, then this is going to trigger. If they say no to that, then this won't happen. So the action is I'm going to add them to a campaign, and it's going to be that phone call campaign. All right, click activate and click save. So that'll all get kind of set up, once it happens. So that's kind of the really cool things with the marketing and the triggers there. We do have obviously your funnel. So your funnel is going to be here. And that's what it looks like. I'm not going to go through editing the funnel here on this video, but just that's where you see your funnel. And then we have our settings tab. A few things I wanted to mention real quick is if you click this team management, if you have like multiple employees that you want, here in Agent CRM, this is where you can do that. You can just click add employee and add them. One thing I haven't really talked about is your calendar. So your Agent CRM has a built-in calendar, which is really cool. It allows you to, integrate it really well on your funnels, integrate it with your marketing campaigns. You can make it to where if somebody schedules an appointment with you that they stop getting emails because, you don't want to keep emailing them. So we have that here. But one thing that you might want to do, you might want to integrate it with your Google Calendar, because your Google Calendar might have other appointments that have nothing to do with this, but you want to have those times blocked off. So what you would do is you would come to integrations, you would click connect right here and connect your Google account. Once you get your Google account connected and you get, your calendar there, you're going to come to calendars, click this little pencil button, and you're going to link it to a calendar. It'll show up here. It'll say Google. So you would click Google, and then another little drop-down menu would pop up, and you could choose your actual calendar there within Google. And then just to edit your calendar, we have some things in here by default, like saying the location is I will call you. The minimum schedule notice, we have it as 12 hours. You can change that if you want. Maybe you want it to be 8 hours. New appointment, you can put your email here to notify yourself. And then, you can change the days and times. So you can turn on and off days. You have your first day, your time is 8 to 5. You can add in intervals if you would like, if you need to block off things. You do want to have this on two-way, and you do want to have sticky contact. What sticky contact means is Agent CRM remembers their information, so they don't have to refill it in. That's really cool. And you can change the time slot. So we have 30 minutes. You can change it to whatever you like, and then just click save. And that's the calendar and integrations part. Phone numbers. This is where you're just going to choose a phone number, basically. We pay for it for you. It's all using Twilio. So you would just click add number, type in your area code, So our area code in Reading is 530, and then scroll through and pick a number that you want. Templates, this is really, really cool. Let's say you find yourself sending out the same email over and over again to your contacts. You can actually just add a template. So you would click add email template. You would give it a name. So I'm just going to call it testing template. Subject, how's it going? And then you would type out your email here. You can, obviously, since this is going to be a template, you can spend a lot of time, make it look really nice and neat, have all your editing done. Once you're done with it, you can click save. And then what's cool is, let's say you're talking with a contact. So let me go to my contact here, and I need to send them the email. You would click send email, use a template, and you would choose it. And then boom, it pops up. You can still edit it more if you need to, and then you would just click send. So that's a really, really time-saving thing. We've done that a lot internally here at the Branning Group. And you can do that with a text message as well. So just so you know that. Now, another integration you can do is you can connect it with your Facebook. And the purpose of doing that is because you could then, if you know what a Facebook lead ad is, a Facebook lead ad is an ad that has a form pop up directly on Facebook. And Agent CRM will connect with that form. And so you first, obviously, you need to integrate your Facebook account. Then you need to choose your Facebook page, and you'll walk through that here. And then what you will do is you will come to Facebook form field mapping, and you can map, if you have a form asking for name, email, phone, you can map that to the name, email, phone within Agent CRM. And you can kind of just go from there and use things. Now, if you have a question that's not, that's not just a default question, like contact information, like name, email, phone, date of birth, all that kind of stuff. If you have a more specific question, what you will do is you will come to custom fields. And let's say one of your questions in your Facebook lead ad is, are you a licensed insurance agent? All you would do is type it out. Oops. Leave this blank and click save. All right, so that's there. And so whenever you choose to map here, you can map, that question in your Facebook lead ad to there. Now, I can't show you that because I'm not going to integrate my Facebook here. But again, you would just connect your Facebook account first. Then you're going to be asked to choose your page. So you choose your page. And then once you click this button, your forms will pop up and you'll be able to map them there. All right. So your form will pop up and you'll be able to come over here and click map fields and it'll pop up and you can do that. And it's really, really easy. Domains. If you need to add a domain, you can just click that, click add new domain. And all you have to do, the easiest thing is just wherever you have your hosting your domain, like GoDaddy or something, you're just going to add a CNAME record of this to your domain. So just copy that, put it as a CNAME, type out your domain right here, and then click add, and you're good to go. All right, and then the final thing is we've already connected our Sendinblue account and put your email here that we had you send us in Sendinblue. And that's all there. So you don't really need to do anything here. If you want to change what email address that you send emails out to your clients, let us know, and we can get that connected with Sendinblue. But that's the overview of the settings tab. You don't really need to do anything else with some of these here, but I wanted to show you all of that there. And so let me just review. So your main thing is you just want to look at this left-hand side. We have our marketing campaigns. Form builder. This is where you can just build a form, put it on your funnel, and put name, email, phone, that kind of thing. If you look, we built a form for giveaways. First name, last name, email, phone. You just drag these over, and you build a form. The survey builder looks like this. You can put your questions. and slide those questions over, and it'll ask it one at a time. If you might be confused of why is there a hidden email here? Well, the reason the email is hidden is because we have to connect these answers with our contact. And so we hide the email, and Agent CRM actually fills that email in because it has sticky contact. I mentioned that earlier. And Agent CRM will actually just be able to attach these answers to your contact. If we didn't do that, these would just be answers that Agent CRM connects with zero contacts, so they're kind of worthless. And then the final thing I wanted to mention is bulk requests. So a bulk request, this is what you're going to do to basically send out like a broadcast text message or a broadcast email. And so what you would want to do first is you would want to write out whatever your broadcast email or text message is. So I'm just going to show you, let's just say, I call this broadcast 1. And I just want to do an email. Obviously, always do your campaign configuration first. Click add event, add email, broadcast. About your email there. Once it's all done and good to go, click save. Obviously, you need to publish it. Okay, and we're good to go. So we've got our email, and this is the broadcast email I want to get sent out to everybody. So come to bulk request. I'm going to create a bulk request. So give it a name, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to choose the campaign. So obviously it's this one. You can choose when you want it to happen. So let's say I want it to happen Friday morning at 7:30 a.m. So click check. So it's Friday at 7:30. Now, who do you want it to happen to? I can just click all, or maybe I made that tag earlier, all contacts with this tag. So obviously play with it, whoever you want it to go to. Click add, and so that's going to happen. So that means what this means is on June 19th at 7:30 a.m., all my contacts that have been tagged as life insurance lead are going to get added to that campaign. And then that campaign is saying that immediately is going to send this email. So that's how to send out a broadcast email. You could have done a text, you could do both, you could do a voicemail. But that is how to do that there. So this is kind of a longer video, just showing you a bunch of our really amazing features of Agent CRM. We do have training courses to help you figure all of this out. And we are available to answer any other questions that you may have. I hope this video helps, and have a wonderful day.